recently there was this George Floyd statue erected in Brooklyn, New York. Okay? That statue, within a couple of days of being erected, was defaced and had patriotfront.us spray painted on the front. So naturally, I start looking into this group, patriotfront.us. There are absolutely political cults out there. QAnon is definitely a political cult, without question. It's definitely a cult. But this one, patriotfront.us, that's their website. But this one, Patriot Front, I did a little bit more reading on this one, and I found their recruitment video, so I wanted to give it a watch. Check this one out.
We will not silently watch our people begin to make them plunge into apathy while our homeland is destroyed by the vengeful swords of bureaucrats and spirit criminals. And
So they said, we won't silently watch our people be dispossessed and drugged into apathy while our homeland is destroyed by the vengeful scores of bureaucrats and suited criminals. Okay, this is called populist language. What they're doing here is they're talking about something that basically everybody can agree with. Like, left-wing and right-wing can agree that big pharma companies are a problem in the United States. And the term suited criminals specifically, obviously that's referring to like Wall Street executives or whatever. Almost everybody can agree that they're, Wall Street executives are basically suited criminals who never face jail time, right? I mean, just look at the 2008 financial crisis. They're using populist language, something that the left and the right can agree on. The difference between this group and a left-wing group isn't the beliefs that, Wall Street execs are causing damage to society. The difference is the solutions to it. They have different sets of solutions. By the way, this is an extremist group, and it's a cult, and I'll get into why I feel that way in a second. I just wanted to give you a little bit of context for it first. Let's keep watching the clip.
criminals. And we will guard against censors and govern. Behind me is Purdue Pharmaceuticals, the slaughterhouse where America's future is butchered or closet.
So it's trying to get you pumped up with the music and the yelling and the anger and the dark tone to it and the red and all of this stuff is all being used in a propagandistic way to get your heart beating, to get your blood flowing. And if you're not a right winger, if you're not like deeply invested and involved in the extreme right, you may not have noticed this, but just a few seconds earlier, there's a billboard that of the Black Lives Matter logo being covered up with this sign. They're covering up the Black Lives Matter logo with this sign. If you are on the right, you, generally speaking, fucking hate Black Lives Matter. It acts as almost a dog whistle. They didn't show it for long enough for you to actually read what was being said. They showed it for long enough for your subconscious to recognize it. So if you aren't really involved in this, you'll just kind of gloss over it and say, oh, this is nothing. If you are already kind of involved a little bit, it triggers something in your brain and you want to know more. They covered up the Black Lives Matter sign with a sign that says, the United States is no longer of America. Now we are on our own, patriotfront.us. Like they said a second ago, they're withdrawing the consent of the governed. So this is like going beyond just a normal right-wing group. This is an extremist group. And, we've got more to watch. Let's keep watching.
America's future is butchered or closet. Let no man who suffers this tyranny call himself American.
This guy right here that we're looking at, this guy's name is Thomas Rousseau, I believe. Thomas Rousseau. Thomas Rousseau was originally involved in Vanguard America. Is that the name of the group? Let me just double check. The Unite the Right rally from like 2016, 2017 when Heather Heyer was killed. That was run by a group that this guy was affiliated with. In fact, this guy was there at the Unite the Right rally. Vanguard America, that's the name of the group that he's from, yeah. So this guy was affiliated with Vanguard America during the Unite the Right stuff, that rally where Heather Heyer was killed, and the rally about which Trump said there were good people on both sides. They are literal Nazis. Not an exaggeration, not hyperbole. They're literal Nazis, is who these people are, Vanguard America. The people who Trump said, are good people on both sides. So this guy was involved in Vanguard America, and eventually there was a gigantic split in this group, and it fractured, it broke up completely, and he created a new group called Patriot Front and tried to rally the ex-members of Vanguard America into his new group, Patriot Front. So that's who we're looking at here. That's who's talking and screaming in this video, is Thomas Rousseau, one of the people at the Unite the Right rally. Oh, and one more thing. Remember a minute ago I pointed out the Black Lives Matter thing that just kind of flipped by really quickly. You didn't notice, unless you're involved in the far right already and can't stand Black Lives Matter. There's a lot of that stuff that keeps flipping by. For example, right here, in the bottom right corner of this is a fascist symbol, literal fascist symbol. This is similar to the original symbol of the fascist party from Italy. This is the Patriot Front logo. They are literal fascists and believe that fascism is the only way to fix America and turn it back into what they want it to be. Like I said, literal Nazis, not hyperbole. Anyways, let's keep listening. Again, plutocratic project. That's a word that Bernie Sanders uses. If you're on the left, you can agree with basically everything he's saying here. If you're on the right, you can agree with basically everything he's saying here. The guy is using verbiage that is popular among the U.S. He's using words and sentences and phrases that 99% of the U.S. can agree with, and he does that on purpose. He's a populist. That's what populists do. Let's keep listening.
To be discarded once the plot is over. We demand justice. Those who speak out find themselves ensnared under the corporate nation. There's an anarchist bugbear inside this building. So long as we live.
Again, right here, the fascist symbol behind these words. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I really need to count? It's a representation for the 13 colonies, 13 stars. They want another 1776 moment. That's what this is all about. That's why they use the 13 stars. It's not even dog whistles. It's beyond dog whistles. Let's keep watching. See, they're basically showing you that they're training an army, they're prepared to be violent, and they're showing you all the different places that they have a presence. Wisconsin, Maryland, Texas, Oregon, all over the place. If this doesn't scare the shit out of you, then I don't know what will. Again, the fascist symbol. Everything that they did in this video is symbolism. They want to make sure that everybody is completely aware of what they stand for, who would recognize these things. But they want to do it in such a way that people who wouldn't necessarily recognize these things, who aren't necessarily completely politically engaged, won't demonize them as evil. Here's a picture at the bottom of their website, at the bottom of their manifesto. It's a picture of an eagle, right? It represents it looks similar to the eagle that the US uses, except it's holding arrows in both claws. In the US, the arrows in one claw represent power and war and fighting and the ability to defend yourself. And in the other claw is an olive branch, which is supposed to represent peace, the ability to defend yourself, but the desire not to. That's what the eagle in the US symbolism is supposed to be. This eagle has 2 sets of arrows and no olive branch. They don't want peace. They want war. That's the kind of symbolism that we're dealing with these people. This is an extremist group, and we should be scared shitless by the fact that it exists and is growing right now.